video poster, who calls himself Celtic Dabs, works the reception desk at a creepy old hotel in Arizona. One day, his co-worker shows him something very strange that keeps happening in one of the rooms.
What the Nah.
Yeah, cause let me hit it now, and then
Yeah.
Shut up,
Bro.
Something seems to be moving around in a strange, erratic pattern under the bedsheet, but when Celtic's co-worker slaps the sheet, it just disappears. Celtic says that each time the sheet was tidied back up, the same weird phenomenon would happen again. So, just what do you think this could be? Also, if whatever is under the sheet isn't enough to scare you, well, just imagine staying in a hotel that put sheets like this on the bed. Honestly, the thought of sleeping in those sheets scares me more than whatever is moving around under there. So either way, this video is truly disturbing. A woman named Alex, who lives with her 2 sons and husband, explains that something has been tormenting them inside their home for some time now. She often hears her son's voice when he's not in the house and sees dark figures moving around. On one night, she hears noises around the house and sees something, so she begins to record and captures this chilling footage.
Я его видела. Посмотрите туда. Я видела эти волосатые ноги. Боже, кто это? Мамочки. Боже. Что это? Никого нету. Что это было? Дети сидят, смотрят телевизор. Муж на работе. Старшего сына нету. Он ушел гулять. Вон он, ребят, видите? Видите, вон он бежит. Вон он пробежал, ребят. Вы это видели? Он пробежал. Вы видели его рога? Вы видели?
The door opens by itself with nobody there, and then the window in her son's room is wide open. Then, she sees something moving outside, but it seems too hard to see on the camera. Later that night, she sees this terrifying sight.
Что за нахрен? Вы видели, да? Вы видите это? Из шкафа какие-то тени выходят. Как будто бы из шкафа.
A dark shadow silhouette of a little boy is seen coming out from where her closet is and walking across the room. This happens continuously, but when she looks around, there's nobody there. Alex believes something may be attached to her family, but as always, let me know what you think down below. A man named Joe, from the Faithful Trailblazer TikTok account, was talking to his uncle when things took an unexpected turn. His uncle mentioned he'd captured something unsettling on his Ring camera, something he couldn't explain. When he showed Joe the footage, it left him frozen, eyes wide, unable to believe what he was seeing. Just beyond his front yard, something strange appeared on the sidewalk, a misty, human-shaped figure gliding by. It had no solid form, almost as if it were made of smoke. No one else was outside, and as Joe and his uncle replayed the footage, they were left rattled, unable to make sense of what they were seeing. A woman named Cello acquired a collectible cult necklace by Aleister Crowley in an estate sale back in 2012, and also struggled with addiction around the same time. Ever since then, strange, unexplainable events have followed her throughout her life. And just recently, on June the 5th of 2025, it started getting worse again. While Cello had to do some dishes, she heard noises coming from down the corridor, so she sets her phone up to record, and this is what she captures.
Okay, I'm so crazy, right? Here you go. Baby is terrified. Hold on. I know. You're okay. You're okay. I know. God, I'm like shaking.
First, she hears knocking, then the door at the end opens and closes repeatedly by itself. The camera also distorts and shakes on its own. Then her dog gets really scared and runs away whimpering. Cello is really worried, as her dog seems to be really stressed and scared when any activity happens. She believes something is attached to her and follows her wherever she goes. This next clip allegedly comes from CCTV cameras in an unknown city in the Philippines. A woman in a red hoodie is seen walking along a city street, but the CCTV camera image becomes very strange.
Saan galing mo? Ang galing doon sa mga ito sa may Maligaya Street yan. Yan ang mabuti sa mga lang doon. Ang tanya. Ayan, glitch doon. Sino masira yung CCTV natin? Yun na. Kasi kay Sanchez yung mga CCTV, bakit doon? Wala yung ulo. Matingin ng bangka?
As you can see in the clip, the video seems to glitch in a very bizarre way, making it look as if the woman's head disappears multiple times. But oddly, the rest of the video is perfectly clear. Now in the Philippines, there's a strange superstition that says that if someone appears in a photograph without a head, it means that that person will soon pass away. Creepily enough, a few minutes later, this happens.
Ayun no, bilis. Ayun, nawala ng play.
The unfortunate woman is accidentally struck by a runaway taxi van, and it is said that she did actually pass away as the result of her injuries, just like the old Filipino superstition says. Now this clip immediately went viral on Philippines websites and social media, but no one knows the original source of the video, which leads us to wonder, is this real proof of the paranormal, or is it just an old, malfunctioning CCTV system, or is it all just a very elaborate hoax? As always, you decide. Late one night, a TikTok user named Felicia let her dog outside before bed. She stood on her back porch, throwing a ball for her dog to fetch. But as she stood there, surrounded by the sound of chirping crickets, she heard something that sent her running inside. While staring down at her phone, a ghostly voice seemed to call out. The sound of this voice immediately startled her, causing her to turn around, fully expecting to find someone standing there. If you listen closely, it sounds like this voice is saying, "Get out of here." And Felicia claims that when she heard this voice, it sounded like it came from directly behind her. As she ran inside the house, her dog stood there confused, wondering what happened to playtime. Chase Beckstead and his wife Rachel are staying overnight in the house of Rachel's recently deceased grandfather. The elderly man had passed away in the house only 1 month earlier, so the couple is just settling in for the night when suddenly something happens that is downright creepy.
How you doing? You okay?
I don't know.
You a little freaked out?
A little bit.
So, we were just going to bed and we're not... Let me just show you. Like, we've literally had to put the bag up against the door because we're not sure. And like, we're literally just...
Even though there is no draft or air current in the house, the bedroom door begins to randomly move, as if it's being quickly pulled back and forth by some unseen force. Understandably, Chase and Rachel are pretty shaken up by this strange, unexplained phenomenon. They decide to just pack up their stuff and leave the house, but this is when things get even creepier.
Okay, so we're leaving. We got all of our stuff packed. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we're out of here. Rachel's already in the car. I'm leaving, like, I don't know what's going on.
As Chase is gathering their luggage, the bedroom door slams shut right behind him, and again it begins to move back and forth, this time even faster than before. Chase says that he still has no idea what could have caused the strange movement of the door. Some video commenters believe that this was the ghost of Rachel's recently deceased grandpa, but some think it might have been something more sinister that had taken up residence in the house. But what do you think? A woman named Kelly uploaded some creepy videos on July the 13th of 2025 that her brother sent her from his house. Her brother lives alone and started to experience strange poltergeist activity around his house. This activity kept growing over time, so he had some mediums come in and check the place out. The mediums believe he has a haunted item in his possession that has something attached to it, but he has no idea what item it is or where it is in his house. So, he sets up some security cameras around the house, and one night, the living room camera captures something chilling. Some orbs are seen flying around before the door suddenly opens on its own, and then a black mist is seen moving around in the room. The very next day, he's sitting at his desk working on his PC when this happens. One of the rooms gets really dark out of nowhere, and then a door slams shut on its own. Shortly after, his cat goes missing somewhere inside the house, so he decides to record while looking for him. Take a look.
Felix. Felix.
What looks like a dark figure can be seen through the gap on the door before it closes on its own, causing him to retreat back to his bedroom, where he then sees something horrifying and takes a picture. But looks like a torn, dark shadow figure can be seen standing on the stairs, sticking out as if it was standing on the same level. Then moments later it's gone, and he shows how it looks when it's not there. Kelly's brother has no idea what item is causing the paranormal activity, but he hopes to find out soon. Over on TikTok, a guy named Randy often posts funny, relatable videos, but something that he's mentioned on his account before is thinking that his house may be haunted. He recently installed a Ring camera in his living room, and one night, several notifications from this camera continued to pop up on his phone. Thinking it was just his dogs, he wasn't worried, but after watching the footage, fear quickly set in. Everything in the room was still until a chair at the dining table suddenly jolted across the floor. This sudden movement definitely looks like someone yanked the chair out, someone that we cannot see. Then, moments later, the chair continued to slide across the room and out of view. Randy has no explanation for this, but if I were him, I would avoid sitting in that chair at all costs. A guy named Carter moved into a new, fully furnished rental house, but not long after he moved in, he began to experience strange things and hear unexplained noises. Late one night, while he's asleep in bed, he hears the creepy sound of what seems to be someone hitting keys on the piano in his living room.
Who's there?
Carter decides to lay on his living room couch to try to figure out just what is going on with the piano. As you might imagine, it did not go well.
Dude, what the f?
The piano plays again and a chair moves, and Carter decides that he's had about enough. He decides to leave the house to stay with a friend, but as he is leaving, he manages to capture this video. As Carter heads for his car, he sees his TV flickering and his lights randomly turning on and off inside his house. Now, usually when people watch these videos, they say, well, if the place is so haunted, then why wouldn't he just move out? Well, that's exactly what he did. Carter moved right out of that house, and that's the end of this haunted story, I guess.